St. Vincent's Hospital is facing a $25 million lawsuit after a patient claims they were sexually assaulted by a hospital worker. Good evening. I'm Ann Nyberg.
And I'm Keith Coombs. 3 patients claim they were assaulted by Gonzalo Flores, a male nursing assistant, and in court documents, Flores admitted to the assaults. News 8's Stephanie Simone has been digging through all that paperwork. She joins us live in our New Haven newsroom tonight with more. Stephanie.
Yeah, Keith and Ann, the question here is, did the hospital do enough to protect their patients? A victim reported abuse in March. The attorney's client was abused in June. Now there are 2 stories as to how they handled that March incident. Behind these hospital walls, a victim says he was raped while he was severely medicated. He woke up while Gonzalo Flores was still in the act. Flores has been charged. Now the victim is suing the hospital.
They're dealing with tremendous shame and humiliation and pain.
He says Flores worked at the hospital for 3 years. Filed today, Ponver says his client and his wife believe the hospital was negligent and reckless. Ponver says another victim reported an assault in March and the hospital covered it up. His client was attacked on June 7th.
At the time that Mr. Flores was arrested for each of these assaults, he confessed. And not only did he confess to the assaults he was being arrested for, but he confessed to having sexually assaulted multiple other patients at the hospital.
He believes there could be more victims.
He had access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of medicated, vulnerable, sick, helpless patients.
We take patient safety at St. Vincent's very seriously. It's our highest priority.
Senior Vice President of St. Vincent's, Diane Auger, says Flores passed a background check. She says they did get a complaint in March, but the victim could not identify anyone. She says they investigated but couldn't validate the claim. When they learned about the abuse in June, they took action.
As soon as we knew that behavior occurred, we took the appropriate steps, terminated the employee and notified the police and continue to cooperate with the police in the investigation.
Meanwhile, Ponver says his clients still feel the trauma from that day.
They're afraid about what may have happened to him when he was unconscious and helpless and medicated, both on the day that he was assaulted that we know about and during the 30 days prior to that when we know that Mr. Flores had access to him.
Now, something else the attorney and the hospital do not agree on is video evidence. The attorney says there is video evidence that documented the abuse. The hospital says that is not true. The hospital has 30 days to respond to this suit. Live in the newsroom, Stephanie Simone, News 8.